Yeah. Welcome everybody to Go Local Live. We're in the Small Biz Hour. I'm Josh Fenton. It's been a busy, busy day already. Conversations with Venezuelan businessmen, talking about the economic upheaval down there in Caracas. We just had Ed O'Brien from E-Money Advisor talking about the growth of his company here in Rhode Island, already up to 110 employees. And with me now is Todd Snopkowski. He is the guy who is really reinventing the industry, the food service industry at a commercial level. I mean, you're really transforming it by creating a whole stable workforce to it at Snapchef.
Correct, yeah. It's Snapchef is culinary training and staffing, workforce development for the industry. 17 years in the making.
17-year overnight success, right?
Yeah, it's, your overnight success takes 17 years, 15.
Right, that's right. Over those 17 years, how many times did you put your head in your hands, rub your eyes, and go, what am I doing?
5 minutes ago, maybe, before I came in here, yeah. Pretty much daily, right?
You're launching a big initiative here in Rhode Island. This is a restaurant state. This is a restaurant community. It is also a community on the food service side at all levels, whether it's restaurants or institutional. That's under upheaval a little bit because of kind of full employment and folks just jumping around from job to job.
Wow.
Talk about how you play a role in stabilizing the entire industry through work.
I wish we could stabilize the entire industry, but we focus primarily on institutional, more Aramark, Sodexo type environments. Restaurants, we do help on serve safe and certain types of training, but our core business is culinary staffing and training. And we'll help hospitals, hotels, different food service environments find the right people, train them, and then place them in their establishments.
And you've done how many people in the past? How many people have you trained over your 17 years that have worked in the industry?
Quite a few. We just for numbers' sake, we put out about 1,400 W-2s a year, and that's between Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And we're training between 4 offices, about 40 people a week.
40 people a week, yeah.
And that's you could have 20 Snapchefs and still not fix the deficit. It seems like everybody I talk to, every restaurant I go into, they need help. And you just told me before we came on that
literally
everybody you
folks
talk
walk
to,
off the restaurant show and turn around and go, do you know anybody? Or
it's a work in progress. I do a lot of work with the American Culinary Federation. We do a lot of nonprofit advising on different training boards. NECAT, New England Center for Arts and Technology, Hope in Maine. You get a lot of different folks coming from a lot of different venues that are looking to support restaurants. It's up to the restaurant owner also to reach out to these groups that are free.
Absolutely.
That's what I did when I was a chef before I started Aramark or Snapchef. With Aramark, I was reaching out to nonprofit organizations and telling them what I wanted. And there's just not enough of that outreach from the business perspective. Everybody complains about not having people, but there's an effort to be made to find those people.
You know this inside and out. You've worked at everywhere from Boston University to feeding thousands of athletes at the Olympics.
Yeah.
You learn the pain and suffering of needing a workforce on a daily basis to be able to handle a commencement at BU. Talk a little bit about what you're seeing in the industry and what the trends are and how Snapchef is finding a solution to that.
Well, so we have, like I mentioned, 4 offices. Our 5th was more of the admin office, but each office is recruiting 24/7. This is something that we do. It's our life. Then the training aspects come on top of that. So we're constantly looking for new talent, new people, new ways to find people. Different organizations are opening and closing every day. We definitely do a lot of outreach and a lot of networking, a lot of job fairs.
Yeah.
You would be amazed at the same people you see at job fairs, and they're never the ones asking for help. It's the ones that aren't at the job fairs that are looking for help, which is always amazes me. It's a simple routine, but it's consistency, and it's like I said, is what you go talk to a chef, they're working on the line 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Then they have to recruit cooks on top of that.
Well, and if somebody doesn't show, they're filling in. They're putting the fingers in the dike holes as well, trying to scramble to keep things moving forward.
It's almost a renaissance that needs to take place. I mean, there's a different way to do things. I don't
Yeah.
know. And it's just such a big industry. And you had mentioned if we do restaurants, and we don't really do restaurants because of the so many different variables and the different, 3 shifts.
So you're doing schools, hospitals, institutional places like the Dunkin' Donuts Center, the Convention Center. You talked a little bit in the green room about you've worked with some of the casinos in the past, things like that. Let's talk about from the employer standpoint. If I'm an employer and I've got one of these, significant food service type kitchens, how do I contact you? What should I be talking to you about?
You just reach out. You can go to www.snapchef.com and you can find all of our information there. One thing that I did when I started the business was respond to people, whether it be a client or a potential employee. Whether you have skills or not, you deserve the respect to be responded to. It's something that's, again, simple.
Yeah.
Right? Simple practice. But not everybody practices it, unfortunately. Fortunately for us,
right.
Unfortunately for others. But it's just those simple things that really keep us firing on all cylinders and keep the people coming in the door. And it's daily we're getting 20 to 30 requests and to our website and stuff. So the website's the best way to reach us. We have telephone numbers that are there as well.
Now let me flip it to the other side. I'm in transition in my career. I don't really know where I want to go. I've maybe not been successful over here or that industry closed over there. What's the advantage of working with you and getting trained by you, and what's that going to lead me to over the course of the experience?
Yeah, depending on what you're looking for, most people come to us in a transitional situation where they're leaving one job, going to another, or looking for that, first time in a kitchen professionally. We have the ability between I think it's over 500 clients now, that we can figure out, through our assessment and our orientation, where you are, whether you're going to be a utility worker or utility prep, or you come in and you've had years of experience prior to having your job at Fidelity and you want to learn how to cook or get into a kitchen. We can help you with that. That's really not an issue. It's getting the right person in the door that is looking for work. We'll find it for them. We have that many diverse clients in different environments, high-paced environments like the Convention Center, or a 2-person cafeteria that is being run right across the street, where we have
Do they have Jell-O?
Pudding, Jell-O.
Yeah, just random cafeteria type food. Where are you guys going to be? You're in 4 offices. You're in multiple states. You're 17 years in. Will there be global conquest? Everybody's watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those boards with all those little kitchens, moving them around, spatulas and whatnot?
No, whisks, maybe some whisks. But we're good with what we're doing. We're not expanding anytime soon. There's no plans. We want to. We kind of just brought on Andrew, who's over here doing some picture taking and stuff. We want to just kind of level off and see where we're at now that we're down and around. We finished the build out. We're doing the ribbon cutting tomorrow, 9:30 Narragansett, and we just want to make sure that we're doing what we know what to do, and continue doing that. And I think organically the other stuff will come along, much like Rhode Island did.
Yeah.
I had a temporary office down here, and I had some friends telling me that there's a space available. And a year later, we're cutting the ribbon on a new location.
And it's on Narragansett Boulevard over on the Providence-Cranston line.
Yes.
Yeah. Where do you see you see so many different businesses, right? You're talking to mammoth organizations like an Aramark or Sodexo, which are global companies working in, hundreds or thousands of schools and colleges and commercial. Yeah, massive. And then you're also talking to smaller businesses as well. Where do you see it all going over the next couple of years? Especially at this full employment economy, which we really haven't seen in our lifetimes. It's the lowest unemployment in 39, 49 years.
Again, we do this 24/7. We haven't really felt the impact of the full employment yet, or near full employment. Again, we're recruiting people that have never been in the business before, or people that have been in the business before that
want to come back.
Yeah, and we're finding them. So we haven't felt that effect yet. Again, but the simple practices will put you at the top of your game when it comes to recruiting, respecting people, and I think it's a huge thing that we do. And again, maybe it's because we do it 24/7 that it's ingrained that we just continually talk to people and acknowledge that they've submitted a resume.
Yeah,
Imagine that. You submit a resume and somebody calls you back. Snapchef will definitely do that. nobody goes passed over, whether you have the skills or not. You know, because we don't know. Somebody that comes in and submits a resume that's looking to be a chef that has 0 cooking on their resume, you know, that person still deserves a call.
Absolutely.
I don't care who,
and you never know. Could be that Julia Child
Could be
woman.
the next Escoffier
Right,
walking through the door.
That's
You
right.
just don't know, right?
Todd, I want to thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming. This was great.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on all the success. It's a great success story.
Thank you.
We love entrepreneurs on this show, and look forward to working with you over the next few years. And anytime you've got news to spread, we're happy to help you out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to be back at 4 o'clock with Gary Sass, the Money Man, talking about some recent pieces, both in the editorial page and on the commentary at some of the leading business publications, talking about Governor Raimondo's record here in Rhode Island. Some positive, some not so positive. We'll see you back at 4 o'clock. Thanks again to Todd for coming in. We'll see you back then. Thanks, everybody.